live with the city show. Woo. It get live with the city show. Woo. It get live with the city show.
What up, what up, what up? It's your man City, and we are back with the live City show. As you know, I've been dropping nothing but heat for y'all. And yes, I am back visually in your face, in your living room, on your TV. And I got somebody special with me today, actually, which is somebody new into our circle that we've met. And then after hearing their conversation, hearing their stories, seeing their success, and actually watching their podcast, I said, oh, you got to come chop it up with me on my podcast. None other than Miss Karla Beedles. Miss Karla, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
We're going to get right into it. First and foremost, Rich Girls. That's the brand. That is the movement.
Yes.
What is Rich Girls? It's HQ, right?
Yep. Rich Girls
What is
HQ.
that?
So you said it already. It's a movement,
Mhm.
but it's all about this space of empowerment and really living our full lives intentionally. And
Mhm.
so this whole play on the word rich, because in the Black girl community,
Right.
so often we're not comfortable with saying, we're rich. And so it's not just about money, but we talk about being rich in all the areas of our lives. And so
Okay.
we talk about being rich in mind, in body, in spirit,
Mhm.
relationships, and wealth. So we got to have our money, but there's so many other things that have to come before that, or in order for us to keep it. So we say Rich Girls, it's a lifestyle.
So with that being said, now we're going to turn left because now I
Mhm.
want people to get to know Karla Beedles.
Yeah.
Who is Karla Beedles? What's all the titles? What's the roles that come in?
Yeah. So I am a wife.
Mhm.
I am a daughter, a aunt, aunts. And so I have all these other things, but at the core of who I am, I'm a server. I love helping people,
Okay.
love helping people win. That's who I am. So my brand started out just serving people. And
Okay.
so I am a chief operations officer. I go into different companies and I help them win.
Those are big titles. Very big.
Yeah. And so people hear that word, chief operations officer, but at the end of the day, it's just a servant. So I'm here helping somebody else's dream come true. And so,
Very humbly spoken, but I hear you.
hey, it's the truth. It's the truth. That's at the basis of it. That's what it is.
So would you say that's a very time consuming occupation?
For the most part, yes. So at one point, that's what I did for a company full time. That was
Okay.
my job. But I started doing it on my own, started my own business, and now I do it fractionally for several different companies.
So my question for you is, we have wife,
Yeah.
we have mother,
Yes.
we have entrepreneur,
hmm
we have movement developer, creator,
Yes.
we have big titles, chief, executive. How do you balance that with each thing? So how do you balance wife time? How do you balance mom time? How do you balance rich girl time? How do you balance this time? And then how do you balance your own time for yourself? Because, myself, that's one of my biggest downfalls is balance.
Yeah,
Because I get tunnel vision on my vision. Nothing else matters.
for sure. So I don't know if balance, so when we hear balance, we think it's the scale and it's equal, right?
Right,
So
right,
it's in
right.
perfect balance. I don't know if there's ever a perfect balance
Right.
for this thing called life, because not just me, but the majority of us wear
Okay.
a lot of different hats. However, being intentional is what creates the balance for me. And so there's a time and a place for everything, right? And
Agreed.
so we find opportunities to be intentional with the time for me to be the wife that I need to be intentional with all the businesses that I'm a part of, be intentional with the things that I desire for me to feel good for my own downtime.
Right.
So being intentional, it comes with planning. It comes with, looking at things over the
I hate
course
that
of,
word.
you hate planning.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
I
I'm so
know.
spontaneous. So it's that's because of how let me say this. I'm so spontaneous because it's who I am, number one.
Okay.
But because of how my life is set up,
Uh-huh.
I can say, let's meet tomorrow at 5:00. But tomorrow at 3:30, a business move can come about.
Yeah.
And it's can we push to 5 to 7, or we could just do it tomorrow?
Yeah, but it's a priority, right? So it's what you decided that
Right.
you wanted to do. And it becomes, this is more important to me at this moment. And that's all that is. And so it's still being intentional because you have something you want to achieve. And this business thing is a part of something bigger that you wanted to achieve. So whatever that other thing was at 5, you say, well, you know what? That's not as important as what I want to do today.
But is
Now,
that a bad thing?
what it means to the person that you're canceling on is something different. So you got to decide and see, hey, where am I in relationship with this person? What does this mean for that? So you got to take all of that stuff into consideration when you deciding to be spontaneous, right?
Got you.
And taking on these new business opportunities. Because one thing I know for sure, even with business opportunities, if it's the right one, you can push it till tomorrow. That's what I know.
I'm gonna take that into consideration. I didn't like the answer, but I'm gonna take.
We don't always like what we hear, right? The answers aren't always, fuzzy and packed up in pretty packages, but
so in the perfect world, how much time is mom time? And I know that's like I'm always a mom, but realistically, how much time is I'm spending time with the kids in a week, give or take? We're going out on a field trip. We're going to have dinner. We're going.
So you're way in something else that I don't have to do. So I'm privileged. My girls are grown. Right. And so I have 3 daughters by marriage, no biological children. I've been in their lives since they were in high school. And now our oldest is 30. Twins are 28. So, yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that problem.
She cheated the system. She's found a solution.
For all the moms. Yeah. So don't come for me, moms. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't have that. With going on field trips and all that stuff. But I do have intentional time. So we have a girl day every month, me and the girls. So the 4 of us are together and we're always doing something. And so right now we have it where like one month, one of the girls picks something, another month is my turn, whatever. So we do like that.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What about husband and wife time?
Yeah. So husband and wife time. Oh, Lordy. Okay. So that's a thing. That's a thing.
Something because you got all the right answers.
No.
It'll be a little troublesome. No,
listen, no, it's not trouble. It's just that because I am like you, I'm always working. So during the week, that can start to look a little crazy during the week because I'm the person I come home and I'm like, okay, I'm finished. All right. Now let me pick my computer back up and I'm back at it again. That can take me away from a lot of stuff, but we do plan our dates. So we do say, hey, a couple times a month. And so we even did that for a while where we would say, hey, this one is yours. You plan this one. The next one, it's mine.
I'm really big on date night.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely big on switching. I do this week, you do next week. I do this week, you do next week. I will say I am a horrible, horrible planner. The thing is though, it's like if you say, hey, I want to go here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's go.
I pay for it. We go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I juggle so much. Like if somebody could just take a image of my brain and shoot it as a projector, it's crazy. Like it's scary.
I bet ours look similar.
It scares
I bet
me.
it looks similar. So my thing is like, listen, just tell me because I'm always thinking and making a lot of decisions all day long.
Right.
Tell me what you need. Tell me where you want to be. Tell me where you want me to be. And I'm going to make it happen. Right. So that's how I am a lot of times. But sometimes I have to slow down and I have to say, okay, what would he like? What have you been talking about lately? Where he even been?
No, that's something
right?
That's something that I definitely would have to agree with. Yeah. And I would say that's something that I can put into a cause and effect type scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my next question would be for you is what motivates you? Because, with all those hats, like how do you what pushes you? Like how do you keep going?
Yeah. So part of it is an excitement that I have for each day that I get to live because it's one of those things where I'm like, I get a chance to do this. I get a chance to do that. I'm privileged to be able to do something that I love each and every day. Everybody don't have that option. If we look around, there are so many people. They say Mondays are like the biggest day where Sunday nights into Monday. Most people going to the hospital. They tired. They calling out sick.
Burnt out.
Yeah. And they just don't want to do it. Right. They don't want to do this thing of whatever it is that they're doing.
I guess I got to agree with you on that. I've actually been blessed in the past 15 plus years to do everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I was actually having this conversation with a friend of mine and we were talking about a lot of my friends right now, kids are graduating college and so for me, my kids are just going to middle school, I didn't skip a beat.
Okay.
I was actually blessed to get every part of life. I chose different routes at times because, I had to figure out life on my own at times mentally, but I didn't miss a beat. Like I traveled. Having a kid at a young age, I was scared my mom was going to beat my ass. Like
just period point blank.
It's not happening.
It's over.
My mom's not going to deal with this.
Yep.
My mom said she's not taking care of no babies. I'm too selfish to have babies right now.
It's not going to work out.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
I was trying to, it's just,
Okay.
it's not going to work. But it goes back to being intentional. I had every intent to travel as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
So my motivation then and now is different. Now it's, I want my kids to have or be able to experience things that I did at an older age, at a younger age. But I definitely would say intentional intent or having intentional thinking, or I guess you could say action.
Yeah.
Is really big.
Yeah.
Outside of being able to do what you love, is there anything else individually that motivates you?
Yeah. So that whole thing of waking up every day and saying I get a chance to do it, it comes from me losing my grandmother. She was young. My mom left this earth when she was young. I lost a brother. He was 15, right? So they didn't get a chance to do all the things that I know they wanted to do. So now for me, it's a live it, do it, go. Like at least try.
Gotcha.
At least try every day.
So, with all the angels that are guiding you,
yes,
how did you balance that trauma, and like what was healing for you? Or probably still going through it, but what was your healing? Like what did you do, and what was that journey like?
Yeah. So in the beginning, the healing was work, go, and not really dealing with it. But when I started going to counseling, that helped a lot. Just really learning who I was and what motivated me, what was the things that made me want to keep working. And then that's where I got that whole serving thing from, because I look back. So I was always with my grandmother. I was always with my mom, and that's just who they were. Like my grandmother did missionary work. She was in Belize and Haiti and places like that doing missionary work. Right. And so, yes. And then, here in the States, she was doing missionary work, and I was always there with her. And then I saw my mom serving and doing lots of things, but then there were just so many other things in her life that she didn't get to do, right? Because she got stuck. And I feel like her environment wasn't conducive, the people that were around her. And so that's another thing with rich girls, is because you got to have good people around you. I don't care how hard you're trying to do something in life. We don't do things alone. We need good people.
I totally agree. And that's something that I can piggyback on. I've been blessed to be an entrepreneur since 21. I've had multiple streams of incomes and multiple businesses. The easiest businesses that I've had is when I've had a team. Yeah. In the beginning, it was all me, myself. My keyword was always self-made. But when you realize that self-made lifestyle it's lonely. Yes. And it's stressful. But when you
draining.
Oh my God, it's draining. Draining word. It's depressing. But when you have a team, it helps to align accountability for everything. And that's something that I've been blessed with on my team, is everybody can hold somebody accountable. I like to always throw it on somebody else, but I'm never wrong.
Why not?
Because
why not? They're here.
It's something you said about you are the way you are because your grandmother is something that you were taught. And that's sort of like me. So like summer, springs, and things like that, I was always at my grandfather on his farm, in the garden, doing vegetable work, agriculture, the whole nine. Till this day, like I'm like, oh my God, I've picked up on these same behaviors. I'm in the bed 8, 9 o'clock watching the news. Like so, and it's like they call me old man, but I'm at peace.
Yeah. And you're loving it. You're enjoying your life. You're living it on your terms.
Definitely.
So just because everybody else your age or in your industry may be out doing it one way, that doesn't mean it has to be the way you do it.
How do you, Karla Beedles, define success?
Let's see. It's the pursuit of the thing you enjoy. So success is every day pursuing the thing you enjoy, living your life in the space of audacious faith, full of joy and peace and love. If we can do that, I'm good. I feel successful.
That was a T-shirt, by the way.
That was a T-shirt?
That was a T-shirt.
Okay.
It sounds like a series.
We'll go ahead and take that.
Okay. Put that down. This is something different. If you had to choose a celebrity to mentor you, who would it be?
One celebrity.
And why?
I'm going Beyonce. I know this sounds like cliche. Everybody want to be with Beyonce. I know. But I admire her work ethic. I admire her work ethic, and I admire how she stayed out of the limelight. So there's something to being able to be a celebrity,
I have to agree with that one.
doing what you're doing. I mean, taking all the hits and still staying out of the negative limelight. So there's something about how she works, not just the doing it, and grinding it out in the background, but there's something else there to
Mhm.
that, to stay out of that negative limelight, but come back so hard every
time.
single time
Agreed.
and have to shut everybody down.
It's like now she's doing country music and
They
owning
can't
it.
say nothing. Nobody can say
Owning
it.
it.
She just steps into it and do whatever she want to
No
do. From the
permission
rock,
needed.
none.
Mine's is very controversial. now
Okay.
Because he's in a negative limelight.
Okay.
So growing up, I used to really look up to Diddy.
Okay.
Not his personal life.
Got you.
His mogul side.
Mm-hmm.
And just how successful he was in anything he touched.
Mm-hmm.
That was no pun intended. But no, seriously, like
See,
I know, I'm just
I know. Okay.
the way he can just take a brand and make
Mm-hmm.
it massive, from making the band to Sean John to the Ciroc. Like personal life, I don't care about what he's doing, but business wise, like when somebody's continuously winning, that formula has to work some kind of way.
Yes.
And it may not work directly for you, but you can take some of that fraction or take some of that and add it to an additional to the problem and get closer to a solution. But I would definitely have to say Diddy would be business wise.
Yes.
Now, how he parties and what them pools look like,
hey, that's nothing.
that's none of my business.
We can't deal with that.
Business wise,
We'll take it.
the man's a beast.
Yeah.
I do got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
10 years ago, it's time. I would have told myself it's time to go. So there was a point where I felt like this pull from God. It's time for me to leave my job, start doing this thing. And I kept saying, no, right? It's like, you ever prayed for something, you wanted to happen, then it was like the timing came, but then you wouldn't move.
Yeah.
This happened to me in real life. And then I wouldn't move. It took 2 years. I'm talking about, I just kept fighting against it.
Okay.
But at that time, when it first came 10 years ago, I would have said, girl, just go. You're going to be fine. You got this.
It's crazy because that goes into my follow-up question, which says, what's your insight on someone wanting to leave their 9 to 5 to be an entrepreneur? That's crazy how that just flowed right in.
Yep. So it's a couple things with that. Some people want to start and become an entrepreneur because everybody else has been an entrepreneur and it seems popular right now, right? Mm-hmm. So if I leave today, I can make all the money in the world.
Negative.
Exactly. And everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, right? Facts. So even when we start our businesses, we still need people that will work for us, right? Or work with us. So if you're on your job and you really have, something that you're supposed to be doing and that you want to pursue, start doing it while you're there. Make the connection. Start doing the things. Start putting the work in for yourself. Start building up your capital for yourself, right? So start doing those things now and really getting a plan on what it's going to look like, because so many people jumping out here with no idea what they're getting into.
It's crazy because I'll say this for me. I've always been a hustler. Now I'm a businessman.
Yes.
And that came with growth and learning and failure.
Yes.
And loss of a lot of money.
See?
And I mean, a lot.
Yes.
But with that, I would have to say, for me, it was always hard to commit to a 9 to 5 long term because commitment on what I make financially and it's in somebody else's hand. It's more scary than knowing that what I can go do and how I can make it and control it on my own end.
Yeah.
And once I understood what that meant to me, I kind of understood the concept of being a businessman.
Yeah.
And, putting people in certain places and allocating things that needed to be done.
Yeah.
So I'm always team entrepreneurship.
Yeah. But if you're on the job, 9 to 5, if you're in a good job, you're making good money. You have a piece of that you can pull.
Invest in it.
Right? Put it in yourself. Invest it back in yourself. Right. Get a mentor to help guide you on how to start the business, on the things that you don't know. I believe that people who have, who we're at 9 to 5 jobs, you have a level of expertise that you can use to start your own business. I believe that. You've learned some things. You know how to do some things. You're using that skill set every day.
I will agree with that because we have a construction company that dabbles in mobile home investing.
Okay.
And my ultimate goal is to own a mobile home park. So the only way I'm going to learn everything I need to do is I have to work for a company. So I took a position for property management for a mobile home community so I can learn the laws, the paperwork, how to deal with tenants, how to deal with bill backs, how to deal with all the other stuff that go into play. And then also helps me make a decision if do I really want a park?
Do I want this?
Now I know the headaches that come along, the sewer problems, like all the things that come into play, the taxes and all that.
Yeah.
It makes you go, and that goes with knowledge. So it's like I'm actually going to college and getting financial aid. And that's how I look at the job. I'm in school getting financial aid right now.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for the paycheck. While I
actually-
learn this.
If I decide to drop out,
It's okay. It's on me.
Yep.
Yes.
Before we wrap up, I want to know for the women that are watching, and for the girls who are inspired, what you got to tell them?
Let's see.
Encourage. How would you do it?
I would say sit with yourself. Sit with yourself. Ask yourself the hard questions and give yourself the hard answers. Tell yourself the truth before you have to tell it to anybody else. Don't take anybody else's truth for who you are. Sit with yourself.
That was deep.
That's what I would say.
You know, actually, that's the scary part of my life at one point when you had to sit and hear your own thoughts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like, just be quiet.
You still talking?
You're talking?
Looking in the mirror. You still saying something?
It helps.
Yes.
It helps.
Yes.
Let everybody know how they can find you.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram, K Beedles Consulting. Find me at Rich Girls HQ Instagram as well. And we are there.
Podcast is amazing.
Yes.
It is. I learned something. It's okay to talk and be about the B word, the Bible.
Yes. Yes.
As you know, I'm the host, The Real I Am City. You can find me on all platforms. Once again, thank you for the location ATL for an amazing space to be able to have our platform and to speak our narrative. Y'all make sure y'all tune in each and every week. I Am City. It is the Live City Show. Enjoy your day.
It get live with the city show. It get live with the city show.